Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to Goddess of Love Healings live, and hope I'm not just talking to talk to myself. Anyways, I am a channel of the divine beingness, all that is, and I have a channel message that came to me. Was it yesterday? But I'm going to try to channel it again today for the collective. Not try, we're going to do this. So first and foremost, hold on one second. It's good to be back after my surgery. All is well. Thank you for all your likes, your comments of love, and oh, my dogs are fighting. One second. Okay. I wanted to do this live. I'm going to sage you, sage myself. Bless you, bless the sacred space this morning. Set your intention to receive the message you want to receive from Source through this channel message. Okay, sage you all, bless you all, the purest, highest creative life force energy of love, myself. Okay. And by the way, I have my wound, so I got a warm pack there. If I'm moving funny, don't think it's weird or anything. Okay, so let's get started. Actually, I'm going to take it out of there. It's a little uncomfortable. Okay. Take a moment to breathe, connect. So this is a perspective of Jesus. It's a higher perspective of why we are currently experiencing so much separation on the planet and wars. Our main focus, the whole world's main focus of Jesus was his crucifixion. When not at all, that should have not been the focus. He earned his right as a religious leader in that sense. However, he was also human and here to experience life as we all are. So I'm going to back up a little bit, and I'm going to tell a little bit of my story of how I became aware of this infinite wisdom. 2016 was my biggest spiritual awakening. So if, I don't know who this is for. I know it's for the collective, but could be individual souls out there wanting or needing to hear this message about my spiritual awakening. Not everybody's spiritual awakening happens all at once, or it's meant to happen slow and steady over graceful periods of your life where there are epiphanies and revelations that bring you to more enlightenment. And what I mean by that, more enlightenment, is you are already enlightened. Okay, you're already enlightened beings having a human experience, just as Jesus did. So this is my spiritual awakening. God, the Father, Mother, Father, God, universe, all that is, beingness, oneness, source, whatever you want to call it, appeared in my lowest part of my life. And I didn't want to be in my physical body anymore. I was tired of seeing so much trauma and grief and drama in the world that I wanted out. I screamed at God, why the fuck does anybody want to be here? It is a nightmare. Excuse me. Um, so that's what it was for me. And then all of a sudden, there was this light in the corner of my room, and it was Jesus. I could not see his face. I could only see his heart center light up and spray 3 times this light. And to me, it felt natural. And I didn't understand why it was so natural. However, I knew that he was saying something about love being at the heart center. It was to follow my own heart's desires, to open my own heart up because it was so closed from so much betrayal in my relationships and things that I wanted to do in life that felt like I failed or I couldn't succeed or I wasn't good enough. Okay. He came to tell me to follow my own heart. That's what he was put here first for us all to follow him, his way. It was to lead us to the self discovery. And as we all know, Jesus left at a very young age. Thank God for him. Because none of us, and some of us have, me, one of them, started out very young as a runaway and wanting to experience things outside of, I don't know what you call it. Um, like when I ran away from home, it was to go meet this person, this guy that I believe that I wanted to date and get to know. So yeah, that happened, and it was a wonderful experience. I stole my mom's car and ran out of gas coming home. So the cops brought me home and stuff like that. So the experience, anyways, is what I'm talking about. Well, Jesus also walked and teach all of us through compassion, unconditional love, and guided by the Father, Mother God, as we all have always been enlightened enough to know that there is something bigger than ourselves that created us and is the source of all beingness and energy. Let me know if you can hear me too, because I got my microphone. But anyways, my spiritual awakening was amazing. I couldn't see his face. I just followed this sensation. And that very day, I was in need of food. I was in need of, because my current partner at the time had addictions and stuff that he put before food and before the bills and so on and so forth. So I had resources and I have been touched by God since I was a child. And maybe some of you out there need to hear this message. Divine feminine, masculine energy, whatever, no gender based. But I remember this feeling of just bliss and emptiness at the same time. I couldn't explain it. I just knew that it was something I couldn't see. I could only feel it. I couldn't touch it. So I decided to chase it. And it was so unknown. Um, it wasn't scary, but it was unknown. So I needed to make that familiar in my life instead of just the day to day experiences as a child. And this was like 8 years old. So I got into tarot really easy and fast. It was actually gifted to me from my sister, my big sister, April. And excuse me, let me take a drink. Um, However, it was gifted to me while I was a little bit older in jail, nonetheless, and I had to leave it there as a game. They wouldn't allow it in unless I was to leave it. So, but I still got to use it. I also learned how to channel through regular decks of playing cards, like we play cards. But anyways, let's get back to the point. It was my experience. And at that time that I was in jail, I had another experience. Because I was seeking and searching the unknown energies, it seeked me back. And I was one that grew up wondering why I only had one grandparent, and she was amazing. Still is, still communicate with her, works in my life every day. Um, but it was just my grandma on my mom's side, and she was so creative and talented. And I didn't understand, but she would, out of all four of us kids, my parents, I had two other sisters and a brother. She used to always praise me, that's my granddaughter. And I'd be like, she doesn't do that to anybody else. And then people walking down the street would say, "Hey, you'd make a really good model. Your complexion is so clean and so and so." And I'm like, why would these people say this to me? Well, that was for me to become aware of that. Them were other earth angels and light workers that were sent to me from God since I was a kid to guide me. And well, as I didn't know what that meant then, I led a different life path, and challenging it was. I was very betrayed in my love life, and that's where my expertise comes in and where I can help people. Um, but so, anyways, Jesus was normal too. He was just a human being here to have an experience. And although his experience had ended and it was tragically ended, um, but that was the way it was meant to be for us. Okay. Um, we've seen in the Bible that where he was betrayed as well, but he still loved the person that betrayed him. And he knew those who would deny him 3 times. Um, and they didn't believe it. They didn't believe it because he said it. And then they saw as they did it. So as a human being, we feel betrayed and we don't feel good enough in our relationships, even with ourselves. And I learned on my journey that it's more important to see both sides of the coin, meaning, the physical aspect of who I am is very small compared to the soul and the beingness and oneness of the Creator that I truly am here as a divine channel, a light worker, star seed, earth angel. Them are labels, okay? I am still human. I still had consequences and karma and dharma. Okay. Dharma is the life lessons. So, what I did learn through the spiritual awakening that I had was to follow what I love to do in life. And that was at 42 years old. I'm now 47. In June, I'll be 48. So, a very short span where I become consciously awakened and aware and no longer um, wanting to create unconsciously my relationships through habits, patterns, and belief systems that I was taught. And this could be for whoever raised you. Um, so your parents, your grandparents, whatever it is to you. But I realized that I wasn't a failure in my relationships. I was attracting the energy that I was carrying, and what I had learned was only one way of being through growing up. So what I did was I dove in not only to my unconscious, to my subconscious, which at 0 to 7 years old, you're like this sponge, and what you see, feel, and hear growing up is something that you soak up and believe that, hey, this is the way, even in society. So the truth himself from his mother, Mother Mary, and teach compassion and unconditional love through his own experience of going out of the loop. Not that she didn't teach that, of course she did, but going outside of the box of tradition. He set himself free. Okay. He set himself free, and he went on this spiritual journey and human journey. And that's what the whole spiritual awakening and evolution is for us all now at this time of awakening of our earth, our planet, everything. So, in my life, because of so much betrayal, I held so much regret. In each and every relationship, the betrayal was deep, it was dark. And instead of looking at it and allowing myself to be more compassionate with me, I was hard on myself. I blamed myself only. And then there was times I didn't take accountability for my own actions, and the way I spoke to my partner, my thoughts and feelings I couldn't express up until my recent 5-year relationship, which is with my twin flame. Like the other part of my soul was reflected back to me. So after this relationship ended, where my spiritual awakening was, it like shifted everything, every belief that I ever learned, or any experience that I had to be my truth. It no longer was my truth. That relationship needed to end because I seen through that partner that there was no self-love. How can he love me? There's no self-love. And I needed to go on the self-seeking journey. Because are you someone maybe that gives all of yourself to your loved ones and your family, and your friends, and you really don't even know who you are? You become a follower instead of being a leader of your own life. because of all the betrayal, even with my friendships. Um, I took the journey through the self. And that was the only way to come back to the beingness and oneness of the source that created me. Learning that I was not just a feminine on the outside, I was both feminine and masculine energy on the inside, and they were equally important. Um, and where I overcompensated in the feminine energy due to what I was taught and learned, heard, and seen, and then the masculine energy as well. So growing up, I had a wonderful father, a wonderful mother. However, their relationship was not so wonderful. And them are the habits and patterns and traits of my parents that I took on to my own relationships, unconsciously aware that it only had to be one way. So once I started learning and following my heart's desires, I wanted it to be different. I wanted it to be different. And as I said, what you seek is seeking you. So ask, it is given. There's only the awareness that you are already consciously awake and you have a choice. You have a choice to have conflict or choose unconditional love, and to see your relationships from not just a human perspective or perception, but a soul's journey too. So it didn't happen with this current partner, my twin flame. Right at first, I didn't understand it. I'm like, God, it's happening again. Right? I just got divorced. I already had my eye on him. I actually met him through my daughter's children's father, which was his father. And we both had a loss that brought us together. And it was very synchronistic. Okay, he was in a car accident with his partner, which had passed away, on the way to the hospital. And then my daughter's dad passed away. It was very synchronistic in how we came together. But I'm one that is very loving and compassionate, and it's just natural to me to care about people and to attract like narcissistic energy. And I don't like using labels. However, he was a drinker. He did drugs. I smoked marijuana, but I really didn't drink. I didn't, maybe special occasions. I never really was a drinker. But I had to realize, like, I just left a marriage that there was absolutely no intimacy. There was mental and emotional, even physical abuse, spiritual abuse. And what I mean by spiritual abuse was me conforming. Okay. And that's what my mom did with my father. She conformed to everything that he had told her to do because she was afraid to start in a more not defensive way. Okay. My mom was very defensive and loud, angry, and that's how she learned to express herself. And then I realized, wow, I'm doing this unconsciously. And I have a choice now. I have a choice to, either walk away from this conflict um, in this relationship, being the perfect opposite of me, meaning all my shadow aspects, he would show me, he would reflect to me these shadow aspects of myself. And that's what I'm here to experience throughout my life, just like Jesus did. The human experience is what I'm getting to. Excuse me. Um, the human experience was to follow Jesus's teachings. I had no idea that I was so pure in unconditional love because I was so hurt and I was so angry, and I learned that I was carrying all this emotional damage. I was hurting my children, my mom, my siblings, that I decided to go. I decided to walk away, leave the past behind, and follow my heart's desire. And while I did that, my son was on medication um, for depression and anxiety and ADHD, whatever it's called, I forget. It's been so long. But my spirit source, all that is, told me this ain't good for him. And I remember, I was diagnosed with bipolar chemical imbalance when I was young. Um, I'd say in 2000. Okay. So 22 years ago. And I learned that I wasn't. It was me in this prison, this mental prison, where I was indecisive about love, about work, whether I wanted a career, what even a goal was. I knew nothing of myself, what I wanted, what I liked or disliked, you know. So, like Jesus, God guided him and he listened. He meditated. He got on the highest mountain and he quieted his mind and he connected to the source of all that is beingness, just like I do when I channel right now my painful story. And it is so painful. Not so much anymore because of doing the work. It wasn't nothing on the outside in the physical world that was wrong. It was what was out of balance inside me. And it was my own mental and emotional conflict with knowing the self. So what Jesus was to teach us was to come back to wholeness, Listen to what inspires you. It was important to pray and meditate and believe that there was only one God that created everything, right? That's what my spiritual awakening led me. It led me to that. And it led me back to know who I truly am as all that is, not just the human being having the human experience, right? So I was diagnosed with invasive breast cancer, stage 2. I had the surgery and I thank God right now so much that the surgeon that I had saved my entire breast. I did receive inflammation after taking out the lymph nodes of my left armpit, and she's just amazing. The fluid, I was putting an ice pack on it, and this is my human experience I'm talking about, and the consequences of being human and a physical being. That she said, well, the fluid, once you take out the lymph nodes, the body's message is what needs to go there, what needs to replace the lymph nodes, right? So she said it was the fluid. I said, oh, I like natural healing. She gave me narcotics, and I was like, I tried to come back to her. I was like, I don't want to do this. I'm not one to take narcotics, and I'll get to that point later. But anyways, to replace the fluid, I wanted to do it naturally. So I used visualization, prayer, my team and spirit, my higher self. And I said, you know what? To come back to what Jesus taught when he healed the man from leprosy, right? Whatever. Or the blind man could see again, or brought someone back from the dead, right? We have to see it as already whole, right? It was never, yes, it really happened physically, but in the spiritual perspective and perception, I healed that fluid. I said, you know what? No, my real truth is that yes, this happened. I'm aware why it happened. I'm conscious, that it was a near death experience that I get to share with the collective because of my choices and habits and patterns of this unbalanced feminine masculine energy inside myself. I compensated with addictions and bad habits of thinking and feeling and acting that created this illness and sickness inside the physical body. So it manifested, is what I'm saying. And the consequence of that was the surgery. And I've really done an amazing job healing myself. I'm just so grateful to be back here today. Since the 28th has been just killing me. I take that back. It's not killing me. But this is my passion. Education to the collective, being a divine channel, an inspiration, teaching others how they manifest real sickness in their bodies by the way they think and feel and other energies that they're unaware of they're carrying. Okay. So we compensate in the feminine energy and the masculine energy. And, them are habits, patterns, and belief systems that are truly not ours. Okay. You have a choice to choose unconditional love to fill this space. Okay. It used to be out to here. Now it's like, and the spiritual awakening journey is really fun. When you even have the challenge in front of you, you're like, okay, so wholeness is, to me, it's great. It's already the grace that I come to earth with when I was born. That's always been a part of me. And doing the journey with integrity and grace and righteousness for myself. So with all the failed past belief, failed relationships, I turned that around to be my greatest strength and my deepest power. It literally built me from the inside and changed my world outside. So instead of looking at everything as a loss or um, a disappointment or rejection, because God's protection is when you're rejected, is causing you more trauma and grief and stress and struggle than it needs to. Sometimes either divine feminine or masculine, whoever I'm speaking to or hearing this message, we don't leave and we put up with so much more struggle than is really needed. And I learned that in this relationship. My masculine was going through his transformation. That's why we were brought together. It was for him to see his shadow aspects that he didn't see were available. And it isn't even much as healing as it is the awareness and being conscious of, oh my goodness, you mean I have a different choice? Yeah, you have a different choice in every area of your life. So the spiritual awakening is not because you're not awake, you're just not consciously aware that it is so important to see both perceptions and perspectives. And once you tweak that perception, just that switch, everything changes. The divine steps in and says, right, that she cares about how she feels. So I'm going to send her where she needs to go. And we're going to make this straight. We're going to straighten out this part of her path because she learned her lesson, the Dharma. So it was my experience to clean up ancestry, karmic patterns, habits, and belief systems for eons and eons of lifetimes. I learned being a channel. I've seen past lives with my current partner, with my daughter's father that passed away, with my first husband, with my second husband. I'm like, oh, even the relationship that needed to end that shook me to the core. And that's why Jesus came. He said, just open your heart. Open your heart, Amy. What shook me after that was seeing so many women thrown in the ditch, left for dead, babies in the dumpster. It was so traumatizing to my soul. I didn't understand it, and that's why I didn't want to be in my body. I didn't want to be here anymore. I didn't want to have the human experience. I'm like, fuck off. Now I am consciously aware of what I create unconsciously because I'm a daydreamer. I'm a creator, and sometimes I can get so logically in my mind that I overthink. Okay. And that's when I know I'm out of alignment with the wholeness, the beingness of the creator's inspiration. So that's the same path that Jesus got to experience. He got to have the human experience, and we were meant to follow that, not remember him by the crucifixion. Yes, he earned his religious rights of being that leader and that amazing teacher, that spiritual guidance teacher for many that followed him. I actually have a past life with Jesus, and that's why I am channeling ascended masters now. And when I say ascended masters, I learned that we're all Buddha. We're all the Buddha. Okay, so it's not that you're asleep. You have always been aware of God. The awareness was outside of you. And this is what separated you. And it made you angry and God comes from a place of unconditional love and light. So I took all my shadow aspects, I looked at them, and like, okay, do I need to fix these? They already happened. I beat myself up over it. So I had to learn how to have more self compassion, self love, self care, because it wasn't hard to accept that I was wholeness of beingness of the creator. It was of the human experience that was so traumatizing. And I'm not going to lie, even this twin flame relationship has been traumatizing. And I may have stayed longer than I needed to. But because I did, and I kept that hope and my intentions, not only for me to have love and be loved, was to continue to focus on my self love and my self care. Um, and once I aligned with my truest self, my higher self, God energy, Goddess energy, um, everything changed. Everything changed. Everything that I used to ask for was things that I really didn't want because I was unsure. I was indecisive of what my wants and likes and needs were. What do you want in a relationship? You will never know exactly what you want until you fill your own cup up first. Um, so if you're someone on a spiritual awakening journey, it's both fun and hard. But you get to choose your easy and choose your hard. And you can choose to hate, you can choose to be angry at someone, or you can work with forgiveness. And I don't mean forgiving a person for what they've done to you if they betrayed you or backstabbed you anyway, but it's for your own forgiveness, for your own inner peace, your own inner light to shine brighter and brighter when you get to release all this unnecessary stress and anxiety and self doubt. Excuse me. Um, it's just an amazing blast. It's a blast to follow your own creative talents and abilities to be able to be a channel. Uh, you can mediumship, you know, the old psychic word is just outdated. I don't like to use that. I don't prefer. It's a preference, not a like or dislike, by the way. I learned to observe before I react. So, like in our relationship, my current partner, I'm totally against radiation and chemo and this pill that, like every medicine, sorry, that means spirit. Every medicine out there has a side effect, right? And they're trying to give me this pill for 10 years of my life, even after surgery, that causes cancer in other parts and organs of your body. Now, do I believe that? I don't have to. I get to choose that the source has my back. It's okay, because the universe has my death store, my timing. And I used to be afraid of death. Oh, unstable connection. My bad. Using Wi-Fi. I live in a cabin in the woods, so hopefully it's working. Here we go. We're back. So about my whole experience with cancer, it was my own fault. I'm totally accountable. But yet, it was about that imbalance. It was overcompensation, that it felt like it was missing, of the feminine, masculine energy. So I work with the Merkaba, right? Mind, body, and spirit. You can see it, right? The cube, it's like the triangle. If you don't know, this is the masculine, this is the feminine, and then it makes the Merkaba. So first, for my awakening was to clean up the mind space. Okay, there's all these beliefs, habits, and patterns that I took on mentally as my own. That things only had to be one way, and it wasn't okay to change my mind once I make a decision. Um, it wasn't okay to say no, right? I believed that for everyone, I was here to just give, give, give everything I had till I had nothing left to give. That was including my family, my children, um, to my own in my relationships, my partners, in love relationships, to give everything that I had. It felt like it wasn't enough. It just wasn't enough. I didn't give enough love, and I couldn't give anymore. It wasn't that I wasn't giving love that was unconditional, is it wasn't being reciprocated. All right. And when I learned that, um, here with my current partner, is, you know, I have a choice to respond, feeling emotion, compassion, and not judging him. Once I learned through the spirit that that was his wound, because Source said, you know what, don't pay attention to what he says, watch the actions. Okay. So for a while, his energy was so much shadow, and it felt so toxic, and it just drained the life out of me. Um, Caused anxiety, because once I started taking the soul's path, right, consciously, Source stepped in. Source stepped in as soon as I got in this relationship, and not that he wasn't awake, he just wasn't aware yet. And I was, however, I kind of enabled him, which would backfire on me. Okay. So whatever his kid was experiencing, mine would. It was the mirror. And I'm like, okay, why is this happening right now? What has it got to do with my thoughts? Excuse me. Um, and I realized, man, I gotta start observing, be the observer, just notice, because I would get so in my head thinking, oh my God, which was it going to be today? So I decided just to drop down into meditation, start going outside more, connecting to nature, listening to new subliminal messages, cutting out all television, all news, because even the news isn't real. Okay. Some is, some ain't. You'll know. Um, we've been deceived. We've been lied to, backstabbed, even by society. They knew. That's why the pyramid has two perceptions. It has the all-seeing eye, of source. And this is when you put the money into you, into what you love and what you're passionate about, it it has to using it for things that are unhealthy for mind, body, and spirit, then it's the other perception, right? The deception. We're all deceived, um, like Jesus was. He was deceived, but still given the vision, the sight. So it's not that we're blind to the truth. We don't want to see the truth as just the human being with just these eyes. We think, yeah, the world's effed up. It's always going to be that way. No. The world is the way it is, and only Source has control of all that is. Us as humans, we're just here to have the experience the way we choose it. And like I said earlier, we didn't know we had a choice to be different. We didn't know that we had a choice to choose love over fear. Push away love. We're all love. We're made from unconditional love, man. How much more do we need? We just need to fill it in ourselves first, so we know how to give it through feeling emotion and compassion, not judgment. And in my relationship, I didn't even realize it, but I really hurt my partner. I was so enabling. I just wanted to pry and know more. And I was told by Source, take every invitation from his parents, his kids. It's not that one side of the family, of his family or my family, was better or worse. It was exactly the soul food of where it all started from. Right? So through this experience and awakening of mine, I learned that it was a bunch of emotional shit I was carrying of my parents, of my past relationships, the perception of being a failure and not good enough. It kept everything that I really wanted out of my vortex for Source to give to me because I wasn't ready for it yet. So there's the Dharma. What's destined is destined. You can't change it. The unconscious part was I was attracting unconsciously through my relationships was partners that reflected parts of my father and my mother. Okay, whether it was a control issue, needing to be right or wrong, have the last word, the conflict, the lack mentality, the insecurities, not having enough, not being enough, not good enough, all that. They all showed me that. So once I awoke, I'm like, okay, you're telling me to follow my heart's desires. Okay, I don't know what that is. I don't know what I desire. I didn't graduate school. And now I know why, because everything, all my source and my resource was inside me already. Yes, school is there for education. And I remember being so proud to stand up and be able to say the Pledge of Allegiance when I was in school. And then one day it was just gone. What? I'm like, what? That's the only thing I heard about God in school, besides my Aunt Ruth. She was Catholic. So, yeah, it's about being aware and being conscious and consciously choosing our relationships, our habits, specific patterns, and your own beliefs. Okay? I'm not here to change your beliefs. If that works for you, it works for you. But if it's not working for you, there's a reason. And your unconscious mind will mirror that to you in other signs and synchronicities. Like, you just be driving and look at something and be like, oh, well, I was just thinking that. Wow, that's weird. That just showed up. Oh, it's not weird. It's interesting, but it's not weird. It might feel that way at first, but it's actually pretty cool. It's pretty interesting. So, yeah, I gave so much of myself. I lost myself. I lost myself completely in the relationships that I had, trying to give so much love to my partners and to fit the shoe. It just wasn't meant to be. That's why it fell apart. It fell apart because, not that it wasn't meant to be, because I can take the lesson and the love out of it. And it taught me a lot about myself. Like, why do I sit around here and be treated this way? I'm being screamed at. I'm being told I don't do enough. I ain't good enough. Seeking approval. All kinds of crazy shit. I sat there and I put my life on hold, just like my mom did. She conformed. So Jesus taught me when I woke, do not conform to this man. Do not pay attention to what his words are. Watch his actions. Okay. Don't pay attention to the words, because what's coming out is really going to hurt me. It was really going to hurt me because it was my wound. It was my shadow self. And I have been so grateful for all the shit we've been through. Because no matter what, at the end of the day, there's forgiveness. I'm not saying we don't conflict. We still do. And we're still growing. And there's still so much passion and unconditional love there. That's what the mirror is, the twin flame, the soul's journey, the human's journey. I just really love my life, and now I'm in complete alignment with my higher self. I have become a master of my physical experience and merged with the spiritual experience. Because when I first started out, it was so confusing. And that was my ego still trying to keep me safe. So when I felt stuck and bored and uninspired, I was thinking, oh, okay, get out of the ego mind, drop down into the unconditional love of all that is. Because I'm bigger. I'm bigger than just this human experience. And that's what Jesus was here to show us. Don't remember him for his crucifixion. Yes, remember parts of it. But it was about the experience. It wasn't about so much the sinning, that he died for our sins. He died to be the way shower, the simple steps, to know the self and love your neighbor and nurture your children with compassion and so much love. I'm a rainbow bridge, is what I am. My grandma, when she passed, I knew when she passed. I felt it. So I called my parent, my mom. I say my mom. My father's passed. But I felt this void. I'm like, I thought of her. And I was right by where she was currently at, um, this nursing home in Saginaw. I'm like, Mom. It wasn't my mom. They answered the phone. Jay says, yeah, we already know. I'm like, Grandma's gone. And she's like, yeah. Or he's like, yeah, your mom went to see her and there was a man in her bed. No call, no nothing. But she let me know because I'm a medium, you know. She let me know, hey, I'm not here anymore, like in the physical, but I'm still here. You know, it's so cool being a medium and being able to learn that there's in the present moment, you're able to sense and know and feel the divine. It's not about the afterlife, it's about still being present. And honest to God, I just learned this yesterday, even since 2016, practicing mindfulness and meditation and grounding and clearing my energy and learning what energy is. I was so present. I meet Jesus under this tree, the tree of life, and he holds my hands and says, this too will pass. It gets me through every challenge. But how I got to that challenge was unconsciously creating like a loop of repeated habits and patterns. And I'm not going to lie, this work is forever. It's every moment of every day. I learned something new about myself, how to love deeper myself, how to love others myself deeper, how the universe has my back. And one example is I just got my new car. And when I left the car lot, I heard the man say, oh, you probably better hope you didn't get one of Nicole's specials. I thought to myself, oh, fuck. I've already been down this road. Already been down this shithole. Just because that was mirrored outside of me, I knew. I was like, well, wait, the past can't return. Once you go on this journey forward, the past can't return unless you allow it. So, yeah, I made that happen. I made myself get that car. Maybe it wasn't divine timing, and I stepped in and I did it. But, however, since I'm on the spiritual journey for God to straighten my path as I learn my Dharma, complete my lessons, I am so blessed. I am just blessed beyond anything I can even imagine. When I was a kid, what I felt, it's like things just happen and it feels so good. And that's what I look for now. I look for feelings of goodness and greatness and joy and travel and laughter and holding the door for someone, complete stranger. I'm an empath, so I feel emotions of the collective, like, ugh. And sometimes I just got to take my mind out of the collective space and be with myself, connect with source, and receive these messages, these downloads, get downloads that, the reason I'm coughing is because I'm clearing out my throat chakra. I haven't really been able to channel logically and intuitively um, the message across that needed to come out, because I was like, all right, I'm not good enough. I'm still small. Nobody's going to hear me. Nobody's going to listen to me. Fuck that. I learned a new way to be confident in myself, believe in myself, trust in my inner being, and that my higher self is with me right now. That beingness of source, and we're never disconnected. It's just we choose not to listen to that inner guidance system. So back to the car. My partner, um, Source used his resources to line me up with a mechanic. Okay, because there were some issues with the car. The engine light came in. I'm like, oh fuck, just got it. Really? $22,000 car. I'm just beside myself, right? I'm like, okay, I got full coverage. It's okay. I got Gap. I got whatever insurance extra. It's covered. Whatever it is, it's covered. Let's just find somewhere to take it. And I had 4 days for the 30-day expiration for shit to get covered. I said, if I don't listen now, I'm going to fuck myself, just like I did last time. So I listened, and we got it into the Newaygo Auto Mall. Thank God, John was there. And so grateful that he literally told me there's $3,500 in damage that needs to be fixed. So he used the approach tactic of goodwill. They're trying to say they weren't going to cover some parts, and he's like, this woman just got this, it's not even been a month, and she already got it worth $3,500 into it. You're paying for it. You're paying for it, even if I gotta dig up shit that you will cover. And I'm thinking, yeah, that's Source. He said goodwill tactic. All right. I'm like, wow, this is amazing. Thank you. I'm so grateful. All I can be is grateful. So it's all covered. $3,500. I get a new transmission with 30,000 miles on it. So yeah, the manifestation and the magic and the blessings of taking this divine path that I chose to take and you chose to take. If you're not aware, you will be now. It is so much fun. It is, I love, I used to need to know everything. Now it's like, I don't need to know everything. I like the element of surprise that Source just throws at you. Like, you didn't expect this. Good job. You're doing great. Keep moving forward. Keep loving yourself first. Keep caring about how you feel. Keep sharing your experiences with the collective so they see the works that you do for your Father in heaven. Father, Mother, God, Jesus Christ, and Holy Spirit. Thank you very much. That's my new belief. I can't change that. I would never change that. I knew it when I was younger. Maybe you can resonate to feeling this void. And I started to feel this void when my mom was so depressed looking at pictures. I seen my grandfather. And I never knew my grandfather. I was like, I went to see a psychic. Just chase psychics. I'm like, why am I chasing all these psychics? This is so unknown, unfamiliar. But that's what it was. It was about the seeking the unknown is what led me to the wholeness of Jesus. What he showed us was the way. So don't choose fear, choose love. Love your neighbor as I have loved you. Teach from a place of feeling emotion, compassion, not judging yourself or others. My life has changed, and I'm here to help everyone out there that's lost someone and how to connect to them, not where they was, but where they are now. They're not gone. They're not gone. They love you. They are so proud of where you are on your awakening journey, your whatever you want to call it, your spiritual path and your human experience. So every celebration that you have here. But yeah, I want to get back to after my surgery, my doctor gave me Tylenol 3s with codeine. And I used to be able to take them. Now I have this huge freaking rash. And my spirit guide said, don't panic. There's something manifesting outside that's going to affect you physically. So, okay. And here it is. All right, here it is. And that too will pass because I'm blessed. I chose to be blessed and bless others. And no matter what I'm doing, how I'm feeling, my light is still bright because I took my own evolution in my own hands, and I said, you know what? I want to know more about me. I want to see where can I change something else, and not for somebody else, but because it felt out of alignment of my authenticity, my grace, my integrity. So I hope you understand the message. So grateful to be a channel. Just love this. If you have any comments or questions about your own situation, your own spiritual awakening, I do offer a course. It's not fully created, although you can get started. As I work through it, I post new things. And there's at your own pace, Amy's School, I call it, personal spiritual development. Because that's what it's about, man. It's so amazing. I don't even want to say goodbye this morning. I just love you all so much. And I've had to gain so much more strength in just the recent 2 months of my life that I thought I couldn't get any stronger. I thought I couldn't go through any more struggle. But that's okay because I chose to pick up this and get through it naturally with the divine guidance. And my Bible just went off on my phone. So yeah, get out there, get out in nature, praise yourself. Okay, that's another thing. Well, we don't have to put anybody on a pedestal, not Jesus, not God. We are made from the image and the energy. So praise yourself wherever you're at right now. Say thank you for this experience, whether it feels like it's out of alignment or in alignment. The more gratitude you and appreciation you practice, the universe has your back. It says, okay, so person wants better health. So we're going to lead them to the right places, people, doctors. Yeah, that's how it works. It's like, what? So, man, I love what I do. So I love tarot and I love sharing education and downloads that I get from my loved ones, friends, family. On the other side, they're my whole spiritual team. I know they're so happy right now that I did this. When I get off here, I am going to take a salt bath and cleanse my energy because I care about how I feel. And when I say energy, it's using all the elements, the earth, the fire, the air, the water, because what's in the ether is the things that we unconsciously invite in. And we carry other people's energy, being unaware of maybe you're an empath, and you don't know why you're angry in 1 minute and the next minute you're happy and sad and you're all up and down. How I said I was bipolar chemical imbalance? That's what it was. It was literally simply as that, the energy that I was carrying of others that I was unaware of. But now that I'm aware of it, I sage, I pray, I do everything I can to keep my own mental space, my emotional space, and my ethereal energy completely clean and clear. And with that being said, that's why I open, the video with gratitude for you. And I couldn't be here without you having your human experience and your spiritual awakening because I love you. I love you. I didn't ever think I would be able to, you know, say that to anyone and actually mean it because I love myself. I know myself. I love myself. I trust myself. I praise myself above all. You know, I am the source of oneness, beingness of all that is, and so are you. I don't care who you are watching. This is totally timeless video. We don't do your time. I know how your past lives relate to your current situations. By seeing mine, I used them with dream interpretation as well. Source taught me, you know, this was meant to not heal, I'm going to heal anything. It was meant to become aware of why I'm with the same partner in this life and what I needed to learn karmically and dharmically. Dharma. Let's just say dharma, the lesson. So do you stay and keep learning the lesson over and over and over? Your choice. I did that. I stayed, and we have literally traumatized each other, which we're working on forgiveness right now. I'm not laughing about it. I'm laughing because it's just amazing. It's amazing that no matter what we go through, the challenges that we struggle with, we are here to get each other through. It's to be equal. It's to write a new story. It's to feel good. We do it for unconditional love of the divine. And we do it to bring the ripple effect in energy, mentally, emotionally, and physically, and spiritually, ethereally. And no one's at fault. There's no one to blame. Okay. It's just choose your easy and choose your hard. See anything else, Spirit? So yeah, I can help with spiritual symptoms as well. Maybe you can't see, getting a little fogginess vision-wise. It's not that you're going blind. It's that your perception is off. And it's 8:06. That's my inner child. I was born at 8:06 a.m. So yeah, your perception is just off. You don't need an eye doctor. You can do a meditation, or you can go to the doctor. I mean, whatever works for you. I'm not here to order you. I'm here to guide and uplift and inspire and empower the collective. That you're already awake. Um, you're not even been asleep. You've never been disconnected from source. Only when you choose fear, you separate yourself from wholeness. Oh, okay, spirit. My nose itches when my guides are with me. Um, so quit separating yourself. Love yourself. Love your experience. Love every aspect of you. Every shadow aspect. Embrace it. I challenged mine. I did it the hard way. I'm glad I did though. Um, because I am a great master. I'm a great master teacher of the spirit. And with that being said, I think I'm going to say goodbye now, not forever, of course, no such thing. I'm always with you here in spirit. And that's my intention, is to connect to your soul, so I can guide you through your own soul. So let me know what you desire. What's your true heart's desire? What lights you up? What are you passionate about that you lose track of time being, seeing, breathing, going to the bathroom even? You just forget about it. you know? Me, I found out that I could be a musician. I could play the guitar. It's just crazy thinking about, you know, when I thought I was just human, and now seeing it from a spiritual perspective that I am limitless. I am so limitless to what I can create, what I can talk about, what I can channel, um, the goals, the strength, the courage, the love. I mean, oh, it's just unbelievable. So once you do this, you become the master of your physical life and merge with the spiritual life. Okay. And you get help. You get help that you would not have got in just the physical perception. Right? You're gonna open your third eye, connect to your higher self, your inner being light. Um, your intuition is going to guide you. You're going to know. You're going to know by the way it feels. I'm not laughing. I am. The universe has always had your back. It was just you didn't know you had a decision or a choice that you could choose different. So praise God, Jesus, me, you. We are oneness of the creator, source, beingness. Um, so let go of your insecurities. If you're faced with that right now, not only I can't apologize, I will not take sides. Okay. I know the karma is ancestry. And if you're still dealing with that, that is no more. That you can really literally let that go. It's time to just step into the Dharma and learn your own lessons when it comes to love, your shadow aspects. Bring them shadow aspects further into the light and be guided by your own spirit. It's so much fun. All right. Let's see. Just for the heck of it, let's pull a card. Let's see how many spirit wants to do. Let's see, the highest and greatest truth. Divine Father. Yeah. It's like, quit crying over spilled milk. What's in the past is in the past. You are to this bridge that's back here, that you got your back turned to the bridge. It's time for change. The challenge is gone. Embrace what's new. Embrace what, right there. These are emotions. Okay. So look at what you have, not what you lost. Look in the present, not in the past, right? That's the message. That's why we have the challenges, right? We're here to experience sorrow, sadness, grief, right? So we know the difference. Yeah, this could be whatever it is to you, challenge, change. You're afraid to change because you're still focused on the past, these emotions. Not me. I've turned around, I've turned this 5 of Cups around, and I see what I have with my current partner. Even if it's not forever, right? It's not a loss. I'm still learning about myself. I'm learning about love in all of its forms, shapes, and sizes, I'm that bridge. You're that bridge. So, how can we turn around this 5 of Cups, right? How can we turn around this source? 5 of Cups. How can we turn it around? Yeah. Right. All right. Someone's holding on way too tight. All right. Holding on mentally, emotionally, and physically. These things as a loss. This could be money. This could be memories of the past, because these are 2 different, if you can see them. All right. Let's see. I'm feeling focused right here in this heart center. Right. So, how can we turn this around? I asked. Hold on tight. Hold on tight to what you have. Appreciate what you have already. That's right in front of you, whether it's a home, the money that you have coming in as income, things will change. They can only get better and better and better when you let go of the past, when you let go of how you felt once before, right? Mentally, emotionally, and physically, as well as spiritually. All right, so there's, for some, you're holding on way too tight to the past. All right, you're holding on to the past, and it's time to let it go, release it. And something's come to an end, we just release it. That's God's protection, is his rejection. Yeah, and move forward. The universe is in charge. This is the Chariot. Okay, this is also a car for some. All right. So, like I was talking about my car. It's funny. Yeah. So 5 is challenge and change when it comes to our emotions. All right. It's crossing these emotional streams of our life, and we hold on to them. But Source is saying to get out of that energy is to move forward and to know, like physically, we are always moving forward. Oh, my nose is just and just masculine and feminine, right? The Sphinx. And then his ribs right here are green, right? So it's about healing, right? It's healing these emotions from the past that once was, and no longer holding so tightly to them, but still holding on to what you have, right? So remembering the love and remembering the lesson, mentally, emotionally, and physically, and spiritually, whatever it is for you. But the universe is saying it's time to move forward. I am in charge. You are in charge. This is you, right? You are the universe. That's how they teach me. Okay. So let's verify the 5 of Cups. Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm not going to take all those, but I dropped one. And it is the belief system, right? These are all different kinds of pentacles, all right? This is the belief of the ancestors. This is supposed to be the best card in the deck, right? This is financial wealth, right? Family, heritage. But it's like, this is how you turn it around. Here's each belief that was once tangible and worked for us. But this is also ending. Okay, I can feel for some, this is also an ending. The belief system, patterns, habits that you still hold on to that need to move forward. All right. So when it comes to family and loved ones, I'm also feeling, oh, my charger. It's letting go of and building your own financial security, right? It's taking from the elders what worked and leaving the rest behind, and looking at what does work, right? Emotionally and physically, mentally. This might be a message for someone that they're holding on too tight for some kind of manifestation they want to come in. Maybe it is a car. Maybe it is a home. Maybe it is healing emotionally with your family. You're holding on too tight. You're still holding on to the past. You're looking at these 3 cups, the spilled blood, the milk, whatever you call it. Time for change. So the universe is saying, hold on, or know why you hold on to this insecurity when it comes to your finances, right? Because these are pentacles, mentally, emotionally, physically. We have these insecurities that, man, we lost so much. We got to hold on tight. No, the universe is saying, I got you. Let's move forward. You're going to get this when you let go. Right? The family heritage, the new way. Verify the 4 of Pentacles source. Oh, too many. Whoa. Keep shuffling. Oh, yeah. Okay. All right, yeah. So it's secrets. It's releasing the past to receive secrets. And then there's also, for some out there, this is sneaky energy. This is like someone stealing your stability, your finances, whatever it is, mental, emotional, and physical, right? So it's someone sneaking away with, maybe this is something from the past. These are emotions from the past. Like, you have to hold money so tightly and close to you because you've always been deceived, right? You've been deceived, and from the car, even, like I was talking about earlier, right? But the universe is saying, no, it's cool, right? You held on. Now you're getting the 10 of Pentacles for some. The universe seen them trying to be sneaky, right? They've seen it. Source don't play around once you start this journey and you care about how you feel and you learn your life's lessons. You get blessed. You're truly blessed. So, yeah, Queen of Swords. All right, so, okay, take what resonates, feminine or masculine energy. I'm just going to throw that out there. So we have the story of the 5 of Cups is someone grieving, okay, emotions of the past. not really focused on the emotions in the now and what they have now. Okay. Um, that's how to get away from that energy. The Chariot is saying you are the universe. You can have it all. You can have anything you want, right? But deception is not the way. Being sneaky and sees the truth. All right. There is a woman, a feminine energy here. I'm gonna need to verify this. Okay, Queen of Swords. Oh, yeah. So some kind of communication from someone from the past, because we got the Six of Cups. So it's about rejection. You know, she knows about the truth of being deceived, rejected. Why she held on, you know, so tight instead of seeing that things could be different, you know, and the truth, the happiness, you know, everything that we held on to and where we were deceived, rejected. I don't know, this must be for a feminine energy out there, because I'm really strongly feeling this insecurity on in the masculine energy. So somebody is about to receive the truth, okay? Something about the family. Around I just heard it. Okay. It's around values. There you go. Okay. So it's about communicating values. Okay. Moving forward. A new belief system. You know, given secrets about the mental space, the mind, how it can be both self-deceiving and how you also see that in a mirror outside of yourself through others, you know, work, career, whatever it is. All right. So, Six Cups. This could be past lives, right? This can also steal your happiness. It's like I just heard some are reacting out the way they communicated from past lives, these past loves, like I was talking earlier about myself. Okay. So it's the higher. Hold on, this is getting interesting because my back just started. Okay. I don't know who this is for, but there's some truth, possibly from a woman that you knew either in a past life or just in this current lifetime, right? There's some kind of secrets about families about to be revealed. Something's about to change. Okay. About to change your perception, your perspective around your own values. Yes. Okay. So I'm going to put these here. Feel right. Okay. So I don't know who that message was for, but there is a way out. Okay, we're going to figure it out right now from Spirit. Let's verify the Five of Cups. How do we get out of this energy of Five of Cups? Queen of Pentacles. Okay. Yep, value. All right, so reevaluate maybe your finances, I feel, for some. It's connected to your emotional body. Okay. That's what I just heard from Spirit. That's how you can change it. So for some feminine energy or masculine, take what resonates. This Queen of Pentacles is looking at what's tangible. Okay. But at the same time, for some, might have already done this work and turn this around and see what they have financially. It's about changing the emotions around your own value system. All right. It's about, why do we hold on so tightly? And this is also leading me, I'm feeling trusting. The universe has your back. All right. And you've learned this in the past, even when it comes to relationships and love, about your money, your family, your belief system, right? Where you're being deceived, where you're deceiving your own mind, right? That's the truth. Because we do that. We get so stuck here in the unconscious part of ourselves, and we can create a mess. Okay. We can create, it's a mess, yes, but still be grateful for it, because you're going to learn from that mess and you're going to come out stronger and better on the other side. All right. So there is some honest, clear, confident, divinely guided, truthful information coming in for somebody. This might be something about your own vehicle, your own values around money. It's about admitting the truth to yourself as well. About past relationships, right? It's about recreating this new you, to be able to speak confidently and clearly for some, right? And to let go of the circus. And some of you might call that family. Okay. It's like, I'm feeling runner chaser energy here with the Seven of Swords as well. So I'm going to verify that card. Sword Spirit. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Queen of Cups. All right. So the Queen of Cups knows, feels, senses, and is just connected emotionally. She holds the cup. Holy Grail. That's the Holy Grail. Okay. All right. This is a Cancer sign, Cancer, water sign, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Mainly Cancer, I connect with the Queen of Cups. And then we have the air sign, right? So what I'm feeling is the Queen of Cups and the Queen of Swords are back to back. Okay, so we got one that holds the truth here and one that holds the truth here and sees clear. She holds a sword of truth. She can cut through anything, right? She receives divine messages. She's been crowned with wisdom, confidence, with passion. Even though it's not the Queen of Wands, I feel like this Queen of Cups is looking at the Seven of Swords and the 10 of Pentacles, because now she sees clearly that the old way of feeling like it was a loss, something that was held onto the Four of Pentacles, is a value. Okay. So it could be a vehicle for some, it could be mental instability, it could be family, right? I'm just reading for the collective, so I'm just, oops, my battery's dying. But there's some kind of truth about to be revealed from someone from the past. So take what resonates and leave the rest. So yeah, that's what I'm getting. To recreate these emotions around your own value. Don't see yourself as that small human being anymore.